Have you ever caught yourself saying, I know what I need to do, so why can't I just do it? Or maybe you thought, I've done the course, read the books, had the healing sessions, so why do I keep ending up back in the same place? That has definitely been me. And if that's you, then I want to offer a different perspective. What if the problem isn't your motivation? What if you're not lacking discipline? What if you're not blocked spiritually? What if your nervous system is simply doing the job it was designed to do? Hi, I'm Robyn, and today I want to burst 7 common myths that quietly holding people back in their healing, personal growth, and their spiritual development. Because once you understand what's really happening, everything starts to make a lot more sense. All right, let's start with myth 1. If I know better, I should do better. Now, this is one of the biggest frustrations I see in personal growth. You understand the patterns, you know where it came from, you know what the healthier choice would be. You have done the work, you understand yourself at a deeper level. But then the moment arrives and you react. You people please, you shut down, you over-explain, you avoid the conversation. You go back to old behavior and then you judge yourself. You think, I should be past this by now. But this is one of the biggest traps in personal development. We assume that because we've learnt something intellectually, our behavior should automatically change. But knowledge doesn't create transformation on its own. Practice creates change. Repetition creates change. New experience creates change. Because your nervous system does not operate from what you logically know. It operates from what it has learned is safe. Your mind might say, I'm safe to speak my truth. I'm allowed to set this boundary. I can handle this uncomfortable conversation. But if your body's learned that speaking up causes conflict, rejection, disappointment, or disconnection, your nervous system may still choose the old response. Silence, avoidance, keeping the peace, making yourself smaller. And this can happen before your logical mind even has a chance to catch up. Now, your body isn't asking, what have I learned? It's asking, is this safe? This is why awareness alone doesn't always create the transformation we're chasing. Awareness gives you information. It helps you recognize the pattern. It helps you understand where it came from. But embodiment teaches your body a new experience. Real change happens when your nervous system begins to learn. I can handle this. I can make a different choice. I can stay connected to myself even when something feels uncomfortable. Because lasting transformation isn't just about knowing a better way. It's about creating enough new experiences that your body begins to trust the new way. Okay, so myth number 2. Healing should make you feel better. I think this myth has stopped a lot of people from continuing on their healing journey. We expect healing to feel calm, relaxing, uplifting all the time. Sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. Real healing often feels uncomfortable, not because something's wrong, but because you're stepping outside of what's familiar. Now, imagine you've lived your whole life carrying a heavy backpack. You don't even notice the weight anymore. And then one day you start taking things out. At first, it feels strange. Your body's adapted to carrying that weight. The same thing happens emotionally. When you start releasing old beliefs, old identities, old survival patterns, your system has to adjust. You may feel uncertain. You may feel the emotions you've pushed down. You may question who you are becoming. That doesn't mean something wrong. It means something is changing. Healing isn't about never feeling uncomfortable. Healing is about building the capacity to stay present when discomfort arises. All right, myth number 3. Meditation works for everyone. First off, everyone can meditate is just not true. For some, it just does not work for them, no matter how many different ways they may try. Have you ever sat down to meditate only to feel more anxious, more restless, more emotional? Many people assume they're failing. I don't. Sometimes it's the first time your body has been quiet enough to notice everything it's been holding on to. Now, if your body has spent years staying busy, fixing everyone else's problems, or constantly doing, suddenly sitting still can feel very threatening. The goal isn't to force yourself into stillness. The goal is to help your body gradually discover that stillness is safe. Sometimes that starts with a walk, gentle movement, breathing routines, grounding through the feet. Only then does sitting quietly become available. But for some people, a meditation will never be for them, and that's all right. All right, myth number 4. Positive thinking can fix everything. All right, okay. Positive thinking has value. Your thoughts matter, your beliefs matter, but repeating positive words while your body feels unsafe creates a disconnection. You might say, I am confident, I trust myself, I am worthy. But if your body's holding fear, shame, or old survival patterns, a part of you may not believe it yet. Now, transformation is not about forcing yourself to think differently. It's about creating new experiences, new moments where your body learns, I can trust myself, I can handle this, I can choose differently. Your nervous system changes through repetition, not through pressure, and not through getting stuck in the head telling yourself how you're supposed to feel. All right, myth number 5. If I'm calm, I must be healed. This one surprises people. Not all calm is the same. Sometimes calm comes from genuine inner safety. Other times, calm is actually disconnection. You've stopped feeling because it became too overwhelming. You avoid conflict, you don't express your needs, you tell yourself it doesn't matter. From the outside, you look calm. Inside, you've simply learned to shut down. Now, healing isn't becoming emotionless. Healing is becoming emotionally available without becoming emotionally overwhelmed. There is a big difference. All right, myth number 6. I just need better energy projection. As an energy teacher, I hear this all the time. People ask me, what protection technique should I use? Protection has its place, but I found something even more important: stability. The more settled you become within yourself, the less reactive you become to everyone else's energy. You stop absorbing everything. You stop needing for everyone to like you. You stop trying to rescue everyone. Healthy boundaries become natural rather than forced. Your energy becomes steadier because you become steadier. That's the difference from trying to shield yourself from the world every day. Strengthening your own internal capacity is the best protection you can give yourself. All right, myth number 7. If I keep repeating old patterns, something must be wrong with me. Now, this is a myth I hope you let go of today. Repeating patterns doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're failed. It doesn't mean your healing must not have worked. It usually means your body's returning to what's familiar. The good news, your nervous system can learn. Just as it learned old patterns, it can learn new ones. That's where repetition matters. Not repeating the old story. What protected you in the past may be limiting you today. Repeating small, safe experiences that gradually become your new normal. That's how confidence grows. That's how boundaries become easier. That's how you begin responding instead of reacting. Now, bringing it all together, when you understand your nervous system, something really important happens. You stop judging yourself. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, you begin asking what is my body trying to protect me from. That question changes everything because now you're working with yourself instead of fighting yourself. Your body's not separate from your healing. The body is the place where your healing becomes real. And when your nervous system, your emotions, your mind, and your soul begin working together, that is when transformation becomes something you don't just understand, it becomes something you live. Now, my work isn't about helping you stay comfortable. It's about helping your body become safe enough to embody more of who your soul already knows you are. Now, if this video resonates with you, let me know in the comments which myth challenged you the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I'll see you on the next video as we continue our journey into the body-soul integration. Catch you on the next one.